It's a pleasure to be back in Flagstaff. I used to live here, and I love this town, and it hasn't changed that much. Living in Montana, the winters are very long, and sometimes I think, I lived in Arizona for many years, and I love the sun. And when I first moved up to Missoula, Montana, I felt sun deprived, and I found out that I was one of those people that that had seasonal affective disorder. So I had to sit in front of a light in the morning and write. And I also went to the gym to keep active, keep my heart pumping in the winter. This is a poem about the crazy things people do in gyms. It's called Life Cycle. The red light flashing, a little harder, a little faster, it says, 80 RPM. Pump the pedals, pump the heart. And we do, 7 of us in a row, men, women, pushing the heart stone, working steadily, going nowhere. What sort of life is this? The cycle quickens, 100 RPM, the red light flashing again. Ask the body, ask the heart, harder, baby, harder. I hear the voice of a woman I hardly know, an upstairs room somewhere in the south. Is this the thrust and thrall of ecstasy, a plea from the body's burning star, or the kind encouragement of a sisterly spirit? Harder, baby, harder. I still hear it. I hear that woman's voice and the voice of my mother, telling the stories that make up a life, each one different, each one connected to the other, like the bones of a body we only imagine or don't really believe until something breaks. In the stories, something always breaks. A code of complicity, a promise, a heart. Once my mother told me, before I was born, she phoned my father and told him she had had enough. He pleaded with such passion and at such length. The operator cut in. Please don't leave him, she said. It's odd, sentimental, to think I owe my life to a stranger's voice, to think it must be Faith or one of her sisters that keeps this cycle going. Either we do or we don't, alone or with each other. Harder, baby, harder. Thank you. This is a poem that is, it's an excerpt from a longer poem called Elegy for the Duke of Earl. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because I would have to sing if I did that. And so I'm just going to read this part. This is called The Flying Red Horse. And some of you may remember on the old mobile stations that flying red horse on top of the station.